Hi, my name is Daisy, and today I will be demonstrating how to grow a skin ellipse. Now, these specimens are usually received oriented or unoriented. For the purpose of this video, I will be demonstrating how to grow an unoriented ellipse of skin. So let's get to it. So listed here, we have the materials required for growing in a skin specimen. These include tissue ink, cotton applicator, forceps, scalpel, and ruler. Step 1. Upon receiving the specimen, before we move any further, we want to confirm identification of the patient's sample. We confirm the patient name, date of birth, and assign surgical case number on the container to that on the requisition. We then check to make sure that the cassettes correspond to the case number. Step 2. Obtain measurements. Now we want to obtain 3D measurements of the specimen, along with the measurement and description of the lesion and its clearance to the nearest skin margin. Here we have a skin ellipse specimen measuring 2.6 by 0.9 centimeters, which is excised to a depth of 0.8 centimeters. We have a central macule measuring 0.2 by 0.2 centimeters, which is located 0.2 centimeters from the nearest skin margin. Step 3. Ink margins. Next, we will ink the subcutaneous tissue or margins of the specimen. Be careful not to apply too much ink, as it can cause the ink to be dragged into the tissue when sectioning. For an unoriented skin excision, we will only apply one color of ink, in contrast to an oriented skin excision, which will require two colors of ink to properly designate laterality. Step 4. Serially section. For our next step, we will serially section the specimen, making sure to cut thin sections no more than 3 to 4 millimeters in thickness, as thick sections can compromise the fixation and processing of the tissue. Step 5. Submitting sections. The tips of the specimen will both be submitted in cassette A1. The tips of the specimen should be submitted face down to demonstrate both the skin surface and the margins, and to relate to the histotech how you want the specimen embedded. The remainder of the specimen will be submitted entirely and in sequential order. Be sure not to submit over 3 sections per cassette, as this too can alter fixation and processing of the tissue. On a real specimen, remember to inspect all surfaces of your sections for any lesions or abnormalities. Be sure to measure the depth of invasion as well. This lesion only demonstrated superficial involvement. Notice that each section is cut thin and demonstrates both skin surface and margin. The margins are crucial in skin ellipse specimen, as this is what the pathologist will be evaluating in order to determine clearance of the specimen. At this point, we have completed the grossing of the specimen and can move on to generating the dictation for the specimen. Step 6. Generate a gross dictation. My dictation for the specimen is as follows. Received in formalin labeled skin excision is an unoriented 2.6 by 0.9 centimeter tan skin ellipse, excised to a depth of 0.8 centimeters. The margins are inked blue. On the skin surface is a 0.2 by 0.2 centimeter central black macule that is 0.2 centimeters from the nearest skin margin. Sectioning shows only superficial involvement of the lesion. The specimen is submitted entirely as follows. A1 tips en face, A2 to A3 cross sections sequentially submitted. And this concludes my tutorial on how to gross a skin ellipse specimen, complete with gross dictation. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thanks for watching.